We are diving into something new, and I need y'all to be open-minded and accepting of this information. Okay? All right. I will tell you when to write. Got it? If you can't see, you can always open on your canvas and follow along. But we're on 3C.6 polynomial division. Hence why your do now was reminding you how to do long division. Okay? So, did any of your teachers, this could be clearly a 90s thing, but polynomial division depends on understanding long division. Did any of your teachers ever say, does McDonald's sell burgers? Does McDonald's sell burgers? No, your teachers never said that? Oh, I got one. Maria said yes, yes. Okay. Does McDonald's sell burgers is how you remember the process for long division. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Does McDonald's sell burgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That is the process of long division, right? So hopefully as I'm reading like how you wrote out how to do long division, you have that. So I want you to look on the left side. On the left side right here, do not write anything down. Repeat, do not write anything down. Do you hear me? All right. Left side, arithmetic long division. What we learned in 3rd and 4th grade. Agree? So back then, you divide the divisor into the dividend, starting with working your digits from left to right. Yes? Huh? In, out, down, up. Don't know what that is. Oh, sure, yeah. Got it. These are just, we're going to use this vocabulary right now. It's not, it's 4 words. Your dividend is what's in the house. Okay. So 12, does it divide into 2? No. So then you go over to the next 2 digits. Does 12 divide into 27? Yes, it does. How many times? 2. So you divide, and then after you divide, you're then going to do what? Multiply. Multiply. 12 times 2 is 24. And then after you multiply, you then did what? You subtract. You subtract. You subtract and you get 3, and then you bring down the remaining digits. Okay, huh? I'm just making sure we understand. Okay? Now, it is the exact same process, just with more numbers and variables and plus signs. But it's the exact same process on this end. We're going to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. Same process. Okay? So it's the same. I repeat again. I love you, so that's okay. Just like I tell my kids, you may not like me every day, but know I love you every day. Okay? It's okay. All right. Now, this is the formal definition of dividing polynomials. We don't need that. But, okay? Did you write it down like I told you before we started so we can keep going? These are the steps we're going to follow. The main one that I want to highlight is step number 1. Step number 1, we want to make sure that our polynomials are in standard form. By standard form, that means that our polynomial is written in terms from decreasing powers, okay? So standard form would be like ax to the 3rd plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Notice that my powers are decreasing. That is your standard form. Make sense? If there is a term missing, I'm going to put a 0 in its place. So if I'm missing my x, I'm going to put a 0. If I'm missing my d, I'm going to put a 0, okay? Now, sometimes you don't need it, but it's better safe than sorry, okay? And we're going to go through the process. So main thing, remember, does McDonald's sell burgers? The answer is yes, they do. But divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. All right? If you are good with mental math, you will have less written down than someone who is not good with mental math. Got it? All right, here we go. First example. We have use the polynomial long division to divide 4x cubed plus 4x squared minus 20x minus 46 by x squared minus 5. So we're going to set up our house. Your dividend goes inside the house, correct? So we have 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 20x minus 46. And that's going to be inside my house. Okay, your divisor is going to go on the outside. Notice that my divisor is missing a term. Do you see your divisor is missing a term? What term is it missing? The middle term. So I'm going to write x squared plus 0x minus 5. Do we see what I did? Huh? Oh. So I'm missing my x here, right? So I wrote in a 0 in its place, because if I add 0, is it changing the value of it? No. All right, so we're going to start with the D. So D is to do what? Divide. When you're dividing polynomials, it's the first term, the leading terms only, okay? So we're dividing 4x cubed divided by x squared. So in my head, I'm saying self. What is 4x cubed divided by x squared? And self is going to say what? 4x. So that's the first part of my quotient. Nope. We divide it. So quotient goes in the top. All right. Are you with me? What comes after the D? Multiply. So I'm going to multiply my quotient to every term in my divisor. So it's going to become 4x times x squared plus 0x minus 5. And this is my brain. This is my brain. This is your brain on math. That's a reference from the 90s. Y'all don't get that commercial. Ignore what I said. Oh. This is your brain on crack. That's what it says in the real commercial.
I saw the bill.
No. Okay. Did we not? All I did was multiply.
I don't know how to do that.
4x times x squared is 4x cubed. 4x times 0x is 0x squared. 4x times negative 5 is negative 20x. That's all I did. We multiplied. S is to subtract. When you're subtracting polynomials, that means to change and combine. So we're going to change their signs and combine. When you're subtracting, what are you doing? Changing and combining. So I'm going to change the sign. This goes away. Change the sign. This becomes 3x squared. Change the sign, and this becomes 0x. You change and combine. So the subtraction. All we're doing is adding and subtracting, guys. You want it to be more. I promise it's not. I literally just changed my signs and combine. Change my signs and combine. That's what you're doing in long division. You change. That's what subtraction is. And then you combine. All right. And then the B is to do what? Bring it on down. So bring on what's left. And then you repeat the process.
So we're not doing it for every single thing. It's just the first one. And then
whatever comes after that, it gets the train rolling. Okay. So now we got to do it again. No, just one. So we have 3x squared divided by x squared. What is 3x squared divided by x squared? 3. That's a positive 3. Agree? After we divide, we're going to do what? Multiply. 3 times x squared is? 3 times 0x is? 3 times negative 5 is? Negative 15. After we multiply, we then are what? Subtract, which means we're going to change and combine. Change, combine. Change, combine, change, and combine. And we're left with negative 31.
add that to the, or is it
It's just asking you keep it separate because it says what's your quotient? Well, here's my quotient, and this is my what? Remainder. 3 times -5. You divide that quotient piece times your divisor. Okay. All right. Are you ready to try? Okay, then I'll come out. All right, example 2, we're going to set it up and then you're going to work at your table to find your quotient and your remainder. So it says, turn the page. use, use polynomial long division to divide 3x cubed minus 8x squared minus 21x plus 56 divided by x squared plus 0x minus 7. Ready, set, and go. Be great. All right, let's see how we did. So again, does McDonald sell burgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. 3x cubed divided by x squared is 3x. Agree? That's our divide. Now we're going to multiply. 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. 3x times 0 is 0x squared. 3x times -7 is -21x. Okay, now we're going to subtract, which means we change sign and combine. So we're going to change, combine, change, combine, change, combine. And then the last step is to bring down. Okay. Now we repeat. -8x squared divided by x squared. What do we get? -8. Now we're going to multiply. -8 times x squared is -8x squared. -8 times 0 is 0x. -8 times -7 is a positive 56. When we change the signs, what happens here? So the remainder is 0. So this is my quotient. And this is my 0 is my remainder. And this is going to have significant importance what it means when 0 is a remainder in part B. But for right now, we got to make sure we can do this. Okay? Yes? All right. I'm going to show you the hardest it will get. And if you can do this one, then we're golden. Ready? So, if I have 4x to the 4 plus 14x squared plus 12 divided by 4x squared plus 2. Off the top of my head, what do I notice this has? I'm missing some stuff, right? What am I missing in the first one? I'm missing my cube and my the x. What am I missing in my divisor? Just the x. So when I write it out, I need to make sure I put what? The zeros. So we have 4x to the 4th plus 0x to the 3rd plus 14x squared plus 0x plus 12 divided by 4x squared plus 0x plus 2. Ready, set? Go be great. All right, so let's see how we did. So step 1 again is divide. 4x to the 4 divided by 4x squared is x squared. Then we're going to multiply. So we have 4x to the 4 plus 0x to the 3rd plus 2x squared. After we multiply, we're going to do what? Change and combine. Change, combine, change, combine, change, combine, and we're left with 12x squared. After we subtract, we then do what? Bring down. So we have plus 0x plus 12. And then we repeat again. So we divide, and that gives us what? 3 plus 3. Then we multiply. We get 12x squared plus 0x plus 6. We subtract, so we're going to change and combine. Change and combine, and we're left with. So your quotient should have been x squared plus 3. And your remainder is 6. That is 3C.6 part A. How do we feel?
Beautiful.
Yay!
Always has to look like that.
Huh?
Quotient always has to look like that.
It could be any form. It just so happens that ours.
So it has to be like x squared minus or plus and minus.
It could be x squared. It could be x. It could be something.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
We try the assignment or?
Yeah.